Hi.
Hello, motherfucker. What is that?
Oh my god.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
I bet those monkeys came from the game. It's not real, Peter. It's a hallucination.
Motherfucker, it is ma'am. You need to settle down and mind your business. Motherfucker, take it outside. Once again, ma'am. It is ma'am.
Yes.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, we can go.
Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina.
Thanks for the tip.
Do it.
Nerdrotic.com.
All right, we are at the Super Chat Square Up, but we are going to start off with some very brief thoughts on Lower Decks. 2 episodes now, so because I, again, didn't have time to review the last one, which was Moist Vessel, because I'm still moving. So I'll probably end up doing a video for the season and then starting live reviews next week, although I said that last week. I don't know if that's going to happen. Temporal Edict is the one we're going to talk about right now. And so far, this is the best episode of Lower Decks, and it's the best episode of Alex Kurtzman Trek. Yet, it still hasn't made me laugh. There was a scene where I applauded because I hate a character so much that when that character got stabbed, I was happy. That's not good. There was a slight moment of Mary Sueism for Mariner, but they also had Mariner acting human, and Ransom is clearly going to be one of the most popular characters in the show, whether they intended to or not. Rutherford and Tandy are nothing. They're nothing. They're going to go nowhere. They're going to be nothing in this series, and they'll end up probably, if it stays on the air, they'll probably get pushed towards the back. I mean, it's all about Boimer. I don't know. I mean, that's how I'm going to say his name. I don't care enough. So don't bother correcting me if I'm getting it wrong. And Mariner is what this show is about. And it will be Mariner getting Boimer out of dumb situations. Occasionally it'll be Mariner who is reckless and clearly rebelling against her parents or something. And she's on board the ship because of nepotism. And that will be the whole thing. But Young Ripa talked about this. When in current year Hollywood, you can't write any marginalized, and this is their term, not mine, peoples with complexity. Because if you dare write them with a flaw, you're going to get taken out on Twitter by the Twitter police and the Twitterati. But with Mariner, at least she was lusting after Ransom, and they had her lusting after, a macho man, a Kirk archetype, a Kirk type. And he's good. And Jerry O'Connell is funny. Jerry O'Connell from Sliders is not your typical Hollywood actor, we'll say. So, is this their attempt to kind of mend fences with fans, or is this Mike McMahon kind of running things on his own without the uber Kurtzman influence? I don't know. But I've seen a lot of episodes of Rick and Morty, and some of them had me like laughing my ass off. And I, I'm okay with the show. It's not my favorite thing, but there are episodes that are funny as hell. There are. I didn't laugh once. So for Star Trek fans to come out, and if you liked it, that's fine. And the reason you're liking it is because it's giving you enough references that are accurate, and some are deep cuts and some aren't. Like in the beginning of, was it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In the beginning of last episode, they had like a reference to the child. And with this one, it was coherent storytelling. What you had was the Lower Decks crew talking about buffer time and the whole, Scotty thing. He overestimates to make himself sound better. So if Kirk says he needs 2 hours, Scotty says, I can't do it, but all he needed was like 5 minutes in reality. So that's what they do. They talk about buffer time. And of course, Boimler rats them all out to the captain. The captain is under stress because she just got a mission canceled. And it was switched to Vulcan, and she is pissed off, and she's feeling like, the Lower Decks is disrespected. So she walks in on a couple of people drinking margaritas because of this buffer time. She finds out about it because Boimler, she cancels it, and it puts everything in a panic. Everybody's running around and screaming already. And then Ransom and Mariner go down for second contact or whatever, and they're supposed to bring a crystal. But because the buffer time was removed, the envoy fucked up and brought a piece of wood instead of crystal to a crystal worshiping race. And their sworn enemy is the wood worshiping race or whatever. And it got mixed up because obviously the guy was tired. And they start throwing spears and attacking everybody. There's a fight to the death. It's very, original series. Ransom takes his shirt off and beats the shit out of the guy, and it's entertaining. But the best part is when Mariner and Ransom get captured, they start arguing back and forth, and it's obvious that they're attracted to each other, and they both want to fight the big monster to the death because Mariner could fight. I mean, this is Kurtzman Trek, so you could have 110, and yes, I know it's a cartoon, I know, but I'm thinking back to Michael Burnham beating the shit out of like 400-pound Klingons, and she's not super powered, and she's not Vulcan, who these 400-pound Klingons would not feel her punches. They literally wouldn't feel them. They would break her. But it's Star Trek, so it's for funsies onesies, and science doesn't count. So she wants to fight the monster, and they argue about it, but Ransom basically stabs her in the foot, so she doesn't do it. And there's a decent line in front of it, too, that leads it that way. I can't remember, and I don't care enough right now. And he ends up fighting and taking his shirt off and beating the crap out of the thing, and you find out it's kind of a wuss. The big beast was kind of a wuss. He's more of a reader. And then he, that's it. It's kind of a reader. So, is it worthy of any anger? No. Okay. The episode it's nothing to me. It's a meh. It's a meh. But the one thing you can get angry about is this is the best Trek you've gotten since Kurtzman started. This is the best episode of Trek. They finally had a competent episode that I can't say is offensively bad. Yay, good for you. 4 seasons in and an animated show, which is not even supposed to be serious Trek. I'm not even sure it's supposed to be canon. It'll probably be recanonized and then decanonized 5 times in the next 10 years because this will be the last thing you have to argue about is Kurtzman Trek because there won't be any Trek after this. They'll try. They might try. It looks like they're willing to spend money and keep trying and failing. But I promise you, if this is successful, make a movie on it. Make a movie and put it in the theater. It lost 50% of its viewership in Canada. And it's clear every series loses half its viewership. This might be the only one that might maintain its minuscule viewership because nobody's fucking talking about this show. The only people watching it are Trek fans. You're not bringing anybody new in. But it'll be interesting at the Star Trek convention this year that we are going to. By the way, when Mrs. Nerdrotic is back from San Francisco, she's booking our place, and we are going to give you, you can go look at the dates, but wait, keep an eye on my website, and we'll get everything solid. I know some of you have booked. I've booked as well. It's happening. It's still happening. Nothing has changed. If something changes, I will tell you. I'm not going to talk about it every day because there's a lot of moving parts here, but I'll keep reminding you once a week, like on Friday Night Tights, that the meetup is happening. It's getting closer. Plan now. And shit, I can even book the place if I got enough time today. But all right, I'm gonna pause, and then I'm going to watch the Moist Vessel, and then we're going to talk about that. Okay, but yeah, so far, Temporal Edict, best episode of Kurtzman Trek. Nothing makes me mad about it, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good, and nobody can argue to me that it was good. It had a moment. It had a decent moment and a good moment, but it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. So if this is the best you're going to get from Trek 4 seasons in, that's pathetic. It's pathetic. And, if you like it, cool. I have no problem with that. You're not going to convince me that it's funny when I didn't laugh. So I'll talk to you about the next one. Okay, this one, what was this one called? It was called Moist Vessel. And there was 2 ships that found a generation ship that had some liquid that was unstable, and they were towing it. The main plot, though, is the captain is trying to get her daughter kicked off the ship. She tries to give her all the worst jobs. We saw this on the trailer, including a bunch of jizz from the holodeck. Mariner ends up finding good things in her job and enjoying it. So they need to think of something else. So they decide to promote her, and it actually works. It makes her miserable, and they make her sit in like mundane meetings, and she's falling asleep. Boimler gets jealous and realizes that breaking all the rules is what they really want. So he's going to be bad Boimler. They didn't really do much with it. Halfway through the episode, the captain of the other ship sees, oh my God, I can't remember the captain's name now. I'm going to have to go to the IMDb. And what is the captain's name? I keep forgetting. Captain Freeman. Captain Freeman. She likes to take credit for everything. The other captain sees that. So when she's not on duty, he starts pulling the generation ship closer to him, which causes this liquid to come out. And every episode, there's like some big calamity happening. There's always some mass chaos, a bunch of people yelling. And I think I got a chuckle this episode when Mariner was promoted and Boimler lost it. That was kind of funny. But then it got boring after that. It had Freeman working with Mariner together, and they started working out some of their mother-daughter stuff. And it's clear that, Freeman has too high of expectations, and Mariner meets them all. So I don't know what the deal is. The only thing stopping her from succeeding is herself. She's really good at everything. She solves the problem. She floods the compartments with gas because it's all terraforming. That's the latest calamity of the ship. The ship is terraforming. Tandy, in the meantime, is going to go witness somebody's ascension, and a guy had been working on it and meditating for 10 years, and he had some sand laid out in some perfect, I don't know, design, and she screws it up, and she feels bad, so she spends the episode following the guy around and stalking him, and it's pissing him off, trying to fix it. You find out the guy's just a big jerk, but at the end, something happens to him, and he does ascend. It ends up burning, and he goes up to some giant koala. Chuckled a little bit to that. So you got two chuckles, and he ends up ascending completely and gone, and nothing left. There's nothing left of him but his boots. And yeah, again, there's nothing to the character Tandy other than she's kind of psychotic. Maybe that might be something they can work with her. Rutherford is still boring. Mariner is still annoying. Boimer is okay. So I would say this was not as good as last episode. And here we are again with this below average Star Trek that's a cartoon. And it's just formulaic, and it gets me frustrated. I'm like, wow. So they can try at this. And the thing that's working for probably a lot of people is it just looks like the ship itself and the hall, the corridors and the bridge reminds everybody of TNG, and it gives them those member berries. So again, this isn't the offensively, horrifically bad Kurtzman Trek that we're used to, and I'm sure it's going to make the hardcore Trek fans who are still hanging on a little happy. It's not doing it for me personally, but I will say it's not destroying the IP like Picard and Discovery do. And we'll find out in Discovery season 4. We'll see if it continues to destroy the IP. Or sorry, season 3. That was a Freudian slip. And we might get a season 4 of Discovery. Who knows? Who knows? Kurtzman and Kathleen Kennedy stick around. I don't have an explanation for it, but they are going to put Discovery on broadcast TV. So it feels like we are maybe heading into the home stretch of, maybe Star Trek isn't going to go anywhere, but maybe Kurtzman will. But I don't know. I've heard it before. So I'm not going to report on it until I actually see it, and hear it. Same goes with Kathleen Kennedy. So again, not the most offensively bad thing in the world. And it doesn't do damage to Star Trek. It just shows you that all the other Star Trek is complete garbage, and this is just meh. Now, I will say that I have a bias when it comes to most cartoons because I'm 51 and I'm just not into watching cartoons. So I was bored halfway through the episode, and I wanted to fast forward through it. But it might be enjoyable to a 20-something or a stoner. Not really sure. All right, let's get to the Super Chat Square Up. Remember, Razor Fist on Friday Night Tights tonight. All right, now that you've heard about Lower Decks, let's get to the Square Up. Robert Skift for $10. Cuties is designed to normalize Fredos. I am still a mandated reporter. If this content is not taken down, I'm forced to make a police report. Any teacher, police officer, lawyer, etc. must also. Well, I think they have heard quite a bit about this, yet they are not going to budge, and this goes way deeper. Again, you might not want to look at a show called Big Mouth, which is much, much worse. All right, and again, I am sorry, Vigilant Williamson for $5. Welcome back. As can new YouTubers have content suppressed? I just did a BLM video and views have disappeared. Honestly, yes, because of the content. There is certain content that it doesn't matter how big or small the YouTuber is outside of PewDiePie and, of course, that Charles dude does the makeup. I mean, aside from some big ones, Ethan Klein, the rest of us fall prey to like the Uber algorithm that wants to suppress anything that goes against YouTube's politics. So the answer is yes, but not all of the time. All right. And we will get to the next one here, which is Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass for $5. Seeing the quartering on this show is like my favorite 80s cartoons doing a crossover event. Isn't it though? It really is. And it was a good time. We had the quartering on this week and we're going to have Razor Fist on today. Roof Korea 92 for $5. Hail Friday Night Tights. You've got the quartering. Watch Jer and Az for years. So the quartering, how soon before Act Blizz gets canceled before going after the roses? Well, he can answer that question better than I would say yes. I don't know. Bear Business 1 for $40. Nice intro. Is it hats versus balds? Thanks everyone for the content. Most certainly. Of course. You are quite welcome. And yes, I had my hat on because I didn't have a haircut. I've got a haircut now. I'm just wearing my hat because I've been working. But it will be off for Friday Night Tights. Alex B for £5. Only reason 6 years to life is for that sicko. It's likely to be the same thing once inside. Yeah. Well, it depends how long he actually does, because he'll be in protective custody. The co-founder of the Sundance Film Festival, he won't get touched. I'm sorry to say. Lubella for $10. I've investigated subjects where I've seen how creepy the dance and cheerleading worlds can be, but why a glamorizing movie and not a hard-hitting documentary? Good point. Good point. The answer is normalization. AFK Bard for $5. Celebrities won't say something because people would call them out and they don't want the attention now that cancel culture is rampant. And there is another reason. There is another reason. And it's a very tough subject to talk about on YouTube. Somebody sent me a video that's disturbing. And it's something I'll talk about off platform on the Exozone. I'll go over this video in detail. Maybe I'll put it on BitChute and you can see it there. Fire Knight 013 for $5. Glad to see Jeremy from the quartering here on Friday Night Tights. I was too. It was great. Captain Palsy for $2. Gary sent you an email about the meetup. Ultra Raider 52. I will check it. I will check it. Or Lady Gravemaster. One of us will. For which I missed the name here. Ultra Raider 52 for $6.99 Canadian. I'm so excited to see Jeremy here tonight. Let the toxic masculinity begin. And it did. And he was great, by the way. Master Jonas, 93 for £5. Hail Friday Night Tights. First time super chat. Why, thank you. I'll be gentle. Can you talk about the new COD trailer? And the Call of Duty trailer and Yuri Bezmenov's warning, and no, that disgusting thing is not cool in Greece. No, it's not. And I think Call of Duty bent the knee. I think they have since bent the knee. But yes, we did talk about the trailer in the live stream. 200 Watt Studio for $2. Here's $2 for crushing D3PO's dream. It was our pleasure. John Shar, welcome to the proto-molecule level. Joseph Nash, Gary, you are a legend now and you attract legends to your channel. Well, they are legends. I am just a humble fan. That's all. Peppermint oil capsule for £2. Private Ryan ends when they finally shoot the pedo. I didn't think about that. Adam Wolford for $10. So they lose it over hot anime comic women and call us sexist, but when comic and cartoon movie about underage girls being sexualized them, then that's okay. Side note, go play Ghost of Tsushima or Tsushimi. I got to play Witcher 3 first. But maybe. Hail the 10th Doctor for $5. Take my money. Awesome panel. Love you guys. Love you too. Robert Atkinson for $5. Nerdrotic have you covered Brian Vaughn's wokeness of Saga? Do you think he hid the message in libertarian politics at first? Yes, he did. Absolutely. It was a bait and switch, like a lot of things were. And I think he was just also building up to it, and it turned a lot of people off. Matter of fact, for $1.99. Thanks, Az. Now Grapes of Wrath is canceled. It is. SJ Almighty, thank you for the £5. Nothing to say, but thank you for the donation. Plague Doctor for $15. Have you guys seen the George Lucas watches the Rise of Skywalker trailer deepfake? I would love to see a live reaction from you guys. Yes, we have. We have, and we've done a live reaction if you go way back on Friday Night Tights. Darth Gorbag for $9.99. Sigh. I would do anything for love. I'd do anything for love. Anything you've been dreaming of. I would do anything for love, but I won't vote blue in 2020. I got you, man. I got you. And I won't be going to a blue city or a blue state either. Thanatos Felicitas for $20. Are they adults? Are they consenting? If any of these are no, then I have a problem with that. About twerking, the only way it could be more about sex is if it was done next to a pole, not appropriate for children. Exactly. Wizarbees for $5. The quartering ugh. Was Daddy Dank busy? Also, are traps? Yeah. Lost hope for $2 Australian. Cuties. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve of this movie. Shane O'Reilly, thank you for the $1.49 phallic unicorn. Drake is $6 for $5. Netflix is so bizarre. Brilliant documentary, Medal of Honor, about true, insanely brave U.S. soldiers, then release utter radioactive vomit like this. Yes. Well, I think they don't think they're doing anything wrong, Drake is $6. They think they have something for everyone. And there is a concerted effort to normalize this stuff, and we need to fight it every step of the way. But if we do fight it, we will be accused of being transphobic. Bibby formula for £5. Kids don't belong in TV ads, reality shows, campaigns, and anything of that sort. It's emotionally blackmail and CP material. Change my mind. I can't. Joe Bryant for $5. It's so nice that Obama cares for children will. It's so nice that Obama's care for children's well-beings. Yeah. 200-watt studio for $5. The content in the Netflix trailer appears to be taken from the film. The French poster looks like a stage shot not in the film. Burn this film. Yes. Carmine Steele, welcome to the proto-molecule level. Tim on Flip, 5 rubles. Netflix respect all religions. Here in Brazil, Netflix released a gay Jesus movie. Try that with a certain M character to see what happens. Death from above. Butter Biscuit, 92 for $5. What's up, fellas? Isn't it great the success Cyberfrog has had? Yes, it is. It is. Will Gentry for £5. It was only in the very last hour of the very last day that we stopped diddling kids and actually got on with casting the film. Darth Mick for $5. The French name Miganotis can be translated as cuties, but it also can be tenderloin, aka tender meat. Oh, yes, and there's a tenderloin district in San Francisco. Know all about it. Overlord Stevie D, welcome to the proto-molecule level. Not another dime for $1.99 gives us a thumbs up. Pop Culture Avatar for $5. All the 650 11-year-old girls were given a free ticket to a certain island as a bonus for audition. Yeah. Space Monkey for $8.99 for $2.99. Child-eating Moloch worshippers burn real nice. I think they burn like everything else does. I heard they're flammable. Retro Respawn for £5 to get an exhibition on Netflix. The film will need to be submitted to the BBFC for certification. I'd be interested to see what it gets. Well, didn't it get it already? Yeah, I don't know. Metabellus, but thank you for the £5. I hope not. Let's just say that. Metabellus 3 for $4.99. Don't forget the 70s movie Pretty Baby with Susan Sarandon playing a hooker and her young daughter, Brooke Shields, and a perv photographer. Oh, I don't remember that one. I don't. But it was the 70s. I was a kid. There was a lot of films like that in the 70s, though. Flicks by Cody for $5. Remember Hannah? She is also supposed to be underage, and yet there was a full love scene in the first season. Didn't hear much about that. I don't remember. Oh, the movie Hannah. What, was she 17? I mean, there's a big difference between 17 and 11. Okay. Huge difference. We're not talking about, that's why this movie, if you had like an 18-year-old playing like a 16-year-old, it probably would have been more acceptable than an 11-year-old. I wouldn't have watched it. I'm not down with that shit, but listen, when I was a kid, I was getting down. All right. I was getting down. But not with 11-year-olds. I was a 16-year-old getting down with another 16-year-old. And I'm sure most of you out there were doing the same. But this compared to a fucking Big Mouth, man. Just thinking about Big Mouth. That's crazy. That's crazy. Eskimonofono for $4.99. Where are the Karens that are complaining about anime women that they claimed look too young? Commie lovers should live in the real communist place. Eskimono Phono for $4.99. Well, I don't know about the, I'm not into anime, man. So I don't know these arguments. I just don't know. Communists always want communism until they get it, says Modalicious for $2. He is right. Terrence Vaughn Higginbottom. Hello, Drunk 3PO. Hi, Drunk 3PO. John Jenkins for $5. While I canceled Netflix because of this, does this enter the free speech conversation? I'm not saying that it does. I just wonder if there's an argument. No, there isn't. I mean, it might be for a free speech absolutist, but this isn't free speech. It's more of a free expression issue. And I believe there are lines. I don't think those lines should be mandated by a government. I think we should be adults and we can all agree that there are personal lines. There are lines we don't cross of decency. And again, I am not a prude. I am not somebody who's into moral outrage. Personally, I think if adults are consenting, they can do whatever the fuck they want as long as it's legal. And I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with gay couples. I don't have a problem with gay marriage. I don't have a problem with adult trans people who interact with other adults. It's when we cross the line with children. That's when I have a gigantic problem, because I know intimately the damage it does to kids. It's permanent, and it is something that is a blight on our society, and it is a sign of a society starting to crumble. And there are movies out there that discuss the damage it does. It's an imprint on you, and it does cause split personality. It does cause a lot like sociopathic behavior. The damage is unbelievable, because you are a kid processing unbelievable trauma. Look what it does to adults. Look what it does to adults. Techno Babbler for $5. Hey, Gary, been away for a bit. Good to be back. Hail the quartering. Are you still planning a meetup at the end of the year? Yes, I am. I'm going to get through my move first, but when Mrs. Nerdrotic gets back from San Francisco, we are booking the place. We are going to solidly book the place by next weekend. Eskimono Phono for $4.99. It was funny that people protesting in person against voting in person. Have a good weekend, everybody. I know that's weird, right? Jack Random for $10. They are pushing occultism. Female push, age of severity, government. Erase sexual distinctions is Baphomet. I don't know what that word is. Young equals making them commodity. Rich are transfusing youthful blood. There is that conspiracy theory out there. All conspiracy theories sound completely whack until we find out they're actually happening. When it comes to Hollywood, here's what I believe. I believe there is a ring, a group of people, men and women, who are involved in this stuff. I don't think it's big. I don't think it's all of Hollywood. I don't think it's most of Hollywood. But I think it's very powerful people in Hollywood and in government and other places. And I think a lot of it has to do with just being jaded. I think it might be prevalent within the like uber rich and people who have been rich all their lives and have every need met and have had every need met since they were a kid. So they need to just keep going farther and farther out for kicks. Not trying to explain this stuff. I'm just saying, and then there's just straight up sick mofos too. Either way, I absolutely know it exists. Will it come out someday? Yes, it will. It's only a matter of time. Clock is ticking. Eskimono Phono for $1.99. They should have never tried to raid Area 51. No, they really shouldn't have. Louis the Plank for $5. LOL, the DNC video was next level cringe. You guys have better production level videos than they do. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I'm Billy Porter. Miranda oh, I love this name. Miranda Sinistra for $5. DNC will be handling out confirmed black stickers for minorities instead of I voted stickers, right? Jack Random for $2. Search for The Bidening on YouTube, DTYT. I will check it out. Hey, says Culture Casino. What's up? How you doing, sir? Thank you for the $2. Scorpio Maxwell for $20. Cuties have the right to be exploited. Hashtag Young Lives Matter. Ooh. Victor Tango Kilo for $5. The good thing about Ohio is nobody from SFO, LA, or NYC wants to live there. That is true. Brown Gaijin for $5. For what it's worth, represents everything Antifa and BLM is against. Stop and look at the violence has brought to us. How could they miss that? NK30, this is true. Well, Brown Gaijin, I've been seeing this stuff coming for a while, and if you've been watching my videos for a couple of years and reading between the lines, when I was trying very hard to not be political because I want my message to get across to as many people as possible without alienating, because this isn't a right-left issue. This is a right-wrong issue. This is a freedom versus totalitarian issue, and this has never been about diversity and inclusivity. The people we're up against are very clever. They're very devious, and they're not good. But sometimes they put the service of good people in their service, and that's unfortunate. And it's tough to fight. We're fighting a machine, man. We are fighting a machine on the machine's platform. And the only reason we're all not shut down is because it would be too obvious. But a lot of masks have been coming off. So, I don't know, man. I want to get back. Someday, I would like to just review TV shows and film. I've said that over and over again. I'm in for this fight, and it's personal. It's fucking personal now. And, but I want to win it. But I want it to be over someday. But we've taken a giant step back. I know Doomcock just came out with a video, and I love Doomcock. And I see what he's doing, all right? And I see that he's trying to bring a little good news into the world through his sources. But I'm telling you right now, Disney ain't getting rid of anybody SJW. As a matter of fact, they are going to double and triple down. They just had a diversity seminar, and in their earnings call, they spent a good portion of it talking about diversity. So unless there was a drastic change in the last week, I can't see it changing. I want it to be true. I do. But I'm not going to sell you false hope. I'm not going to sell you false hope. Now, but that's just based on my speculation. I don't have anybody in the know at all. I have a friend who works at Lucasfilm, but I refuse to talk to him about this stuff. I don't want to get him in trouble because he would get in trouble. They know we are friends. So, Bearded Warrior for £5. Have you seen the BBC are so desperate for Doctor Who funds that they created Doctor Who Time Fracture interactive experience in London? Oh yeah, they are desperate for a lot of things. Henry H, and it'll probably be, a joke. Remember, there was a Doctor Who experience. When did it shut down? When Jodie was announced, same year. Henry HJY for $9.99. Hail everyone. Every day you all see and discuss how awful our pop culture and society is. Fair. Does it defeat you at times, or does it inspire you to do more? Thanks. That is a very good question. And I'm going to try to remember this and ask this of the panel next Friday. No. Not even a little bit. I said at the beginning of the COOF, I thought this would hasten things. And then the rioting and the looting happened. And as I was watching that, I saw Hollywood and the BBC just reset, go right back to where they were. So I'm like, we got to dig our heels in. And we just lost all the ground we gained. Now, we haven't lost it with you. We lost it with them. Now, the fight will be different this time because they're going to find out much quicker. And this is why they should listen to Doomcock. They should fire all the SJWs because they are going to go broke so much faster. Crazy Cat Guy, some coffee money for you. Cheers. Thank you, Crazy Cat Guy, for $10. I appreciate you. Pitfall Harry 72 for $10. Gary recently found you and your other guests on here and subscribe to everyone's channels. Pitfall Harry 72, I praise you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for all. Think you are all great. Just as I was losing hope, I found my people. LOL. PS. Just joined Geeks and Gamers. I will tell Jeremy. He will be stoked. Jason C for $1.49. Thank you for the phallic unicorn. Magoli 67 for 5,000 yen. For Az reached Stargirl. She buys him a particular mug, but still calls him Pat. Your take, keep painting. The Emperor protects. I'll ask Az that when he's not going to be on this week, next week. Thomas Ballou for $10. Gary here in Alabama. Girls are pregnant at 12 years old. Yes, this is confusing because we all know babies come from the dinosaur eggs. Saw it on Jurassic Park. Movies don't lie. That's good. The Box Ghost, trademark for $5. I hope Cuties has a credits in memoriam dedicated in loving memory of Jeffrey Epstein, who did not kill himself. I hope so too. Jason C, thank you for the phallic unicorn. Mr. Insanity for $4.99. What a way to top off a hell of a week in pop culture. Hail to the quartering and hail Friday Night Tights. Hail to you, Mr. Insanity. Pablo Papano for $5. Cuties. Brought to you by Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. Joe Biden supervised the hair sniffing. Yes. Scorpio Maxwell for $10. Netflix next biggest project. Transgender baby bender swimsuit competition. Yeah. Joey Bryant for $10. Hollywood tried blackmailing Uncle Buck and failed. Now they're going after planes, trains, automobiles. What's next? American Bacon? Wagons East? When will Fredo would stop trying to erase John Candy? Oh, they'll keep trying, I guess. Hail to the 10th Doctor for $20. Tessa is an absolute massive. Hail 6.2 thousand viewers. Hail Jane Theory. Do any of you think you'll show up on EFAP 100? Hashtag unsub Netflix. I did try, but just the stars didn't align. It's okay. I love Mahler. Mark C for $5. Talk about entitlement. Lori Laughlin is only getting 2 months prison for the college admissions bribery charge. Yep, and she'll probably get out on good behavior in 3 weeks. Modalicious for $5. The Planes, Trains, Automobiles remake wasn't funny when Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey remade it, and it was called Due Date. Yep. Russell Hale for $5. Too many Jeremys in the chat. Fight to the death. I say let the chat decide. Yes. Next time. Justin White for 2 Canadian pesos. Greece has the best pizza. Ugh. Stomp Pay for $5. Just want to thank you guys for everything you guys do. Keep up the good work. People are slowly starting to see what you guys are talking about. Yes, thankfully. Jason Smoot for $60. You're no Cecil on LSD, but probably the best stream I've seen in months. Love all my Ewoks. Yeah, I did read that one on Friday Night Tights. I did. Jason C for $1.49. Thank you for the phallic unicorn. Jason C, thank you again for the $1.49 phallic unicorn. Wes Moody webcast, thank you for the $3 donation. Sam Moffat, $5. Fiverr for the Brie Larson VR Shed Fund. Exactly. Well, it's going to be an addition. Transmutation 2011's $2. Who sniffs out a kid first? Bloodhound or Joe Biden? Joe Biden. Doctor on the Move for Australian $5. He just laughs. Russell Hall for $5. How lonely must a certain person's YouTube channel have to be to make her want to fork a vegetable that size? Well, pretty lonely. By the way, that vegetable is now called Feige. We named it Feige. Crispy Critters for $2. Maybe she could do a VR or being an actress Fair. Maybe maybe she could be a VR. Maybe she could do a VR of being an actress. I get it, Crispy Cribbers. Ooh, it's late. It's 1:18 a.m. I need to go to bed. I just finished my San Francisco video. I'm finishing up this. I got nothing in my office done. I was supposed to get it done for the last 2 days. I got 0 done, so I'm going to be spending the weekend doing it. Probably not making any content, though, which sucks. But I got to finish the studio. I got to hang the action figures or crucify them, as I say. For $5, by the way, this is a green screen. It's a green screen. To Hollywood empathy, mind control. If you only feel what I feel, you'll have to think the way I think. Ooh, that's creepy and true. Ufei K for 50 Danish krona. Ready Player Karen. Ah, that's good. Sam U Rai, thank you for the smiling super sticker for 99 cents. Brie Larson Zucchini. Oh, great. For $1.99. Sorry I'm late. What'd I miss? Nothing. Where's Brie Larson's period? Jason Smoot for $20. EFAP 100 Saturday at 10 a.m. Watch it, Massives. I did watch a lot of it. Trevor RN for 5 Canadian pesos. New topic. Brock University professor Tamari Kotosa accuses Alien and Predator films of reinforcing anti-black racism. As a Canadian, I apologize. You should. Goddamn. Jesus, what the hell? One of the movies stars a black guy. Joey Bryant for $5. If Black Widow came out between Infinity and Endgame, it would have earned more naturally than the secretive earning of Captain Flat Ass Karen. I agree with that. Shark Dentures for $2. Can't wait for the Marvel movie Captain Cucumber. Right? Mr. Millennium for $5. Deleted my Netflix account after 7 years. Hulu has King of the Hill, Seinfeld, and a horror selection worth a damn anyway. Netflix, fix yourself. Yep. Jonathan D. Pena Baez for $10. Hail panel. Glad AT&T screwed me. Glad AT&T screwed me over back in May because it sent me straight to you guys. No shit. I have been under a rock, but you guys caught me right up to fake Justice Warriors ruining everything. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Pitfall Harry 72 for $5. Thank you for the donation. Marion for 22 Norwegian krona. Dancing Heart Puppy super sticker. And that's the video I just finished firing up. Hang on. And I'm gonna upload it in just a second. I got to make sure there's no like copyright claims or anything. Jonathan D. Pena Baez for $10. One more happy birthday for Gary. Thank you. And question on a theory of mine. I think Black Widow is really just one last hurrah with Natasha while also the origin of Yelena. Yes. Future MCU Black Widow. Thoughts? Agreed. They probably can't afford, or ScarJo doesn't want to do it anymore. I'm not sure. Mary Ashmead for $2. Thumbs up puppy super sticker. Thank you. Curie, thank you for joining the Geloja level on the memberships. Charles Branch for $5. Laughing Pear super sticker. Thank you. AJ1218 for $5. First the quartering. Who's next? Tim Pool, Bering, Sargon, or Dankula? Actually, Razor Fist. But I would take any of those people. I would like to get Tim Pool on. Very much so. Sporking News Podcast for $5. Tomorrow night, we are celebrating my monetization and now Jane Theory at 1,000K. Thank you for supporting us, Gary, Jeremy, Tom, Comics, as we rise together. We do. Sam Urai for $2. MMAGA. Make Megatron a what again? I don't know what that says. A gun again? A gun again. Make Megatron a gun again. Okay, you could just say gun. You confuse me. I'm easily confused, though. Oilers Workshop for $4.99. Before BVS, Collider reported Eisenberg was prepping for Riddler role for the movie opening. Cranston backed out, and they just made Riddler Jesse play Luthor. Wandering Paladin. That's too bad Cranston backed out. Later, guys. Keep up the good work. I want to stay, but I got to go to work. Well, you get to work, and you can always watch the replay. Timothy Swan for Australian $5. Bought the Rings bookshelf too, Gary. Collections don't get much better, and the making of the features are not lost their appeal with time. They have not. And man, no, the Lord of the Rings bookshelf, it's a goddamn bookshelf. movie collection, and it's Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. It retailed for $799. You can get it for much cheaper now for like $200, $300. It's worth every penny. Every penny. It doesn't give you anything new. It's just badass. Infamous Flight for $9.99. Beak, you inspire me to make the move to SoCal, but I really put in my 2 weeks at Pete's when my coworkers defended The Last of Us Part 2. See you at the beach. Hashtag defund San Francisco. Dude! Oh, no way. Oh, I got to bring that up. That is so brilliant. That is my boy from Pete's Coffee. You got my number. Call me when you get down here. Get the fuck down here. You can get a job at Pete's down here. As a matter of fact, there's a Pete's in Encinitas, dude. You can live in Encinitas. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Timothy Swan for $5 Bought the Rings bookshelf too, Gary. Collections don't get much better, and the making of features have not lost their appeal in time. I just read that one twice. Whoa. It is now 1:24 a.m. I'm doing this for 6 more minutes, and I'll do the rest tomorrow morning. Willowy, 13 for 5 rubles. Mothers that force their kids to conform to another gender are frustrated because they didn't have the kid they wanted to. It is hate and child abuse. It is evil. And you're right. Beer Me Too Brett for $5. Oh, there's a way to cure bad writing, and it involves a little bit of lead. Ooh, geez. David Van Vranden, $10. Gary, look up Dr. Money and the Raymer twins. He did bad things and manipulated them into things and created the idea of gender. Both twins died of overdose and suicide. Not surprised. MMM Martin 261 for $9.99. Thank you for the donation. Doctor on the Move, thank you for the $5. Live long and prosper emoji. Hell yeah. Royster Parker for £5. Ian Huntley, a bad person, got pasted good and proper by Charles Bronson recently in the same prison in the UK. Good. Okay, we'll do this last page right here. D. Brisk for $4.99. Did you guys see Alien Predator movies are now racist? Didn't they try this line with Lord of the Rings already? Yes. D. Brisk for $4.99. Did you guys see Alien? Oh, man, these are doubling up here. Winter Wind 89 for $5. One of the main reasons they hate Trump so much is because he was the sober man at the parties. He knows every drunken confession and where to look. Yep. Oh, yep. Hiram for $2. Oklahoma is better than Texas. Enough said. So says the Oklahoman. I don't know. I used to think California was the best state in the union, bar none. And it used to be. Back in the day, it used to be. Not anymore. Zachary De Castella for $20 Australian. Hey, Gary, been a fan for the last couple of years. What platform is the Exozone on if it's not on YouTube? Well, right now, there is a weapon. Oh, Jesus. 2 more super chats. I'm going to bed. There is an exclusive website episode on nerdrotic.com. We're going to start doing it podcast form. The only thing is it's going to be very important for Doomcock to get the ones on his channel out immediately. So we can get the momentum going for that. A 4-year-old PJW video has Gavin McInnes talking far left normalizing this sick crap like BLM. This has been planned for a long time. F these NAMBLA supporters. Yep. Fallon reacts for $2. Keep on rocking. I will. And thank you for the $2 super chat. You do too. Ryan for $5. Ryan here from Sacramento, a.k.a. the next San Francisco. Love you guys. Yeah, it's going to be the next San Francisco, buddy. You might want to think about getting the fuck out of there. At least going to Stockton or something. MMM Martin or Martin for $261 for $9.99. Men and women are different, and women should embrace that and be happy rather than wallowing in gender jealousy. Hi to my sisters trolling me. Yeah, hey, listen, we get to pee standing up. It's something to be envious of. We can go pee anywhere. But they make shit like humans. That's pretty amazing. And they are tougher than we are because they can never mind. I want to get in the details, but I was in the room, dude. I was in the room, my brother. I saw it. Okay. Mivik 2Guy for $4.99. After a decade plus, fans finally have a voice against nonsense in the form of great YouTubers like yourselves. Wow. Thank you and keep it up. Listen, I am in the company of some great YouTubers. I am just a bloke. I am just a fan, and we need to keep this head right here, because that's dangerous shit for me. I let shit go to my head, and I went on a coke bender to end all coke benders that almost ended my life. So I can't do that. Also, I need to keep perspective. We are fans discussing things together, and we are powerful. Only we are powerful. Our channels are not shit without you guys. Nothing. And I've seen once you disconnect with your fans, so it's important for me. That's why I love live streams, and that's why I do these Super Chat square ups. And I like doing them alone. I can sit there and read these, take them in, and get them out to you. Now, I'm sorry we leave so many behind, but it is important to have the conversations on the show. That's what people show up for. I will make these up, and we have the great Lady Gravemaster making sure not a single Super Chat gets left behind. So praise to her. Praise to her. All right. I'm going to do these. Oh, shit. I'll just finish out. Jay Frazier, 360 for £5. If you're not aware and have time, check out Revenge of the Sis's extensive coverage of Nickelodeon's Dan Schneider and his Creep Club. I've heard about that. Ugh. Star Trekker 58 for Australian $20. Hail Gary and Friday Night Titers. Best Saturday morning show here in Australia. And happy birthday for the other day. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a Saturday night show in Australia. That's awesome. Mech 1164 for $2. Gangster Spock doing what he needs to get done. That's right. Sam Whiskey for $1.99. Gary, I was talking about the old Batman comic. Well, I don't know what you're referencing, but apologies if I misunderstood. That happens quite a bit, so I'm sorry. Matthew Anderson for $5. Regarding the Call of Duty Cold War, this is the same Activision Blizzard that regularly bends the knee to China and will still have tons of microtransactions. Yep. Tak Pei. Hey, Kurtzman, guess what? We are the fandom. Choose. Hey, Kurtzman, guess what we, the fandom, choose? Kai-sun. Tak Pei. Right. Darth Gorbag, I've always considered Undiscovered Country to be the best Star Trek film, and not just because it's the first one I saw in the theaters. It's just a great story. It's just a great story. And Critical Drinker and I had a great time reviewing it, and I had a great time reviewing Star Trek 2. So we have decided we're not going to do another Star Trek movie. We're going to do another movie that we talked about on that live stream. So you already know which one we're doing if you watch the live stream, because we talked about it extensively. And I'll give you a hint: birds. And not the movie The Birds, but there's birds in a scene, and we were talking about it. And that's all you're going to know right now. That's all you're going to. Oh, and I use one of the clips from that movie quite a bit in my Comic Crisis video series, when somebody is laughing. And no, it's not Cape Fear. It's the other clip. One of the greatest actors of our age. He played Ghost Rider. I'm giving you so many hints what this movie will be now. Darth Gorbag, I already read that one. Starship Teddy, as loving the Star Trek chat, dude. You too, Gary. Alex, UK. I should be asleep. Yes, you should. Bearded Warrior for £5. When the Enterprise E came into first contact, this was back in, that was back to a military style ship, as they had just come out of the Dominion War. Yes. Rented Identity for $5 Australian. Gary, will you paint your new room your trademark blue color? It will be blue, but it won't be that blue. I'm going to see if it works out. Right now, I ordered a bunch of panels. They look a little too dark to me, but we're going to brighten up the lights in here a little bit, so it should help. But if they're too dark, then I just bought a bunch of panels I can't use. I'll have to use them on the ceiling or something. When the Enterprise E came into first contact, that was back to a military style. Goddamn. See, it's 133. Rented identity. Thank you. Yeah, I am concerned that the tiles I got were a little too dark, but I'm going to be lighting it up like hardcore back there. It's also much bigger. So the background is going to be a little farther away. So what I'm going to try to do is put bigger action figures up like Migos. We'll see if that works. There's going to be more, just a lot more. Drunken Mohel for 20 Australian dollars. I can no longer watch a new TV series as they don't want to get invested in any show or characters that have it shat on. It's just bad writing, period. Westworld Season 2 broke me. Yeah, it fucking pissed me off. Reversed for $5. No Shatner, no Trek. Simple as that. Gotcha. I agree to a certain extent. I'm pissed at fucking Patrick Stewart. Joshua Hoffman for $9.99. Who read George R. Martin's last blog posts and thinks he should just quit, stop torturing himself, and put us out of the damn our misery? Yep. Get a ghostwriter, George. He's obviously struggling. He's had all this time. He's locked down and he's fucking struggling. Doctor on Move. Thank you for the Australian $10. Heart and live long heart. Oh, there's a heart and then a live long and prosper emojis. Okay. I almost read it out. Fred Sacco for $40. Hail Friday Night Tights crew. If season 2 of Star Trek Picard, The Undiscovered Gender actually takes place, will Picard fight the Klingons for appropriating Shakespeare? Yes. Dark Pinv for £1. Thank you for the donation. Mighty Thunder Pig for $4.99. In the good old days, actors came from doing plays on the stage. Actually acting, but these days they just want to be famous. Yeah, no, they don't want to do any of the work because you know what? Social media. They're seeing people get famous on social media and they're pissed because they had to make a lot of compromises to get to their fame. And then they see some asshole. And I'm not talking about us. You know, the celebrities don't notice us. They notice like the PewDiePies and the Jake Pauls and the James Charles and stuff. That's what we're talking about. The big fucking YouTubers. Yeah, they get jealous. Phantom Guard for $14.99. The beautiful, talented Lady Grave-Master is correct about Netflix. I'm playing poker right now, and Chief of Police of my state. How long of the Postmaster General hope you? I'm playing poker right now, and Chief of Police of my state. How long of the Postmaster General hope you're having? Probably had a little problem with the keyboard or some auto text or something. Mud Crab for $5 Australian dollars. Some moving money for you, Gary. All the success in your move. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's been pricey. Max Ball, but it's okay. It's okay. We saved up for a lot of this. So, and I've had a fun time on the live streams. I've had a fun time doing the videos. I spent all fucking day on my San Francisco video, and it's probably just going to get kicked down by YouTube because I don't clean it up. I mean, there's no cussing or anything, but I hit subject matter that YouTube is just not going to fucking like. So please be sure to share it. It's not going to have a normal thumbnail. It's not going to be normal. It's not my normal fare at all. I mean, it's a straight up political video. It's hard to get around it. It's my feelings after spending 18 years in San Francisco and watching my wife get fucked over and dialing it back and not being a victim about it. Just venting my rage, moving on, because I don't sit in anger. I can't beat the machine, the political machine at San Francisco. They beat us, so we leave. That's the only thing we can do is stop giving them our money because they don't deserve it. And same thing goes for California. Reading the Gulag Archipelago as I listen to you guys in the background. If Call of Duty keeps doing the anti-commie stuff, I'm buying 2 copies. Yeah, but they already bent the knee, I think. Culture Casino for $5. Jay, wow, hell froze over. It did. Yeah, I know it's Starbucks. But it's late. It's late. I am seeing shit. I'm so tired right now. I probably shouldn't. I probably should watch this before I put it up. But now I want to entertain you guys. This is as close as to fucked up as you'll ever see me. I'm like fucking seeing shit. I'm so tired. John Ellis Bush for £1.99. Intoxicated. Wait. I have to do Mahler. Intoxicated 3PO. Jeffrey Turner, a.k.a. Megajetty1 for $2. Support the fight against Cuties fandom menace for life. Fuck yeah. SK for $5. Google Breitbart Cuties Third Strike article describes how explicit the movie was. I read that article. I did. Timothy Wolf for $1.99. Anyone watch Soldier with Kurt Russell? Yes, it was a sequel to Blade Runner. There's a spinner in it. Eric Royster. I thought it was okay. Eric Royster for $10. Cecilia is not right in the head. Game over, man. Game over, man. KT for $10. Gary, a little gas money for the move. Thank you. I am going to have to rent a truck, not this weekend, but next, to go get my comic collection. Now, I have some comics here for bagging and boarding on Tuesday. A lot of comics here, but I need the rest. I need my comics to be near me. I feel separation anxiety from my comics. Thankfully, my wife is up there right now to be near my comics, but away from me. It's just me and Logan right now. God, I hope he went to bed. He's got school tomorrow. The fucking online school. It's lame. It's lame. You kids are not, they aren't going to learn shit. They're keeping them on a regular schedule. It should be just a couple of hours a day. Fuck the schedule. Fuck the theory. Just get the important shit out there. It's dumb. It's so teachers can justify their existence. Fucking, I'm so mad about it. Kyle Pike, welcome to the proto-molecule level. Kyle Pike for $5. Greetings. Want to join you for a long time. Finally made the decision to join. Y'all have made YouTube my consummate outlet since 2019. Thank you, Kyle, and I thank you. And yes, YouTube is my number one entertainment. You know, the one thing that kills me today is I didn't get to watch any YouTube. I was so busy making my video, I barely got to talk to my producer today. Apparently, Marvel is Over was trending on Twitter. Didn't get to see any of it. Alita Conquering Angel. Hail from San Francisco Friday Night Tights. Best live show of the week. Thank you, Alita. Thank you. And that's it. That's it. All the super chats are squared up. I gave you my review of 2 Lower Decks episodes, and you'll see this Friday morning where Razor Fist will be our guest. Thank you, Lady Gravemaster, for compiling these for me and producing the show. And we'll see you at 2 p.m. Looks like we're going to start on time today. I don't have anything in the way. I'm going to release my video early in the morning. But I'm going to get a good 8 hours sleep too. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. It will be a great show. Hopefully I have time to prepare a little bit. Hopefully. Razor Fist is fucking awesome. It's like having a fucking star, like a real star on my show. I might fanboy a little bit on this one. So thanks everyone. I'll see you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And not all who wander are lost. Good night.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.